Thank you very much. Yes, I apparently did blow up my laptop. So I'd just first like to thank you all for welcoming me here as a non-Ruby programmer. I feel like an outsider, and you've been very warm and welcoming, except for you. You're a jerk. This is a tale from when I used to work for a company called Cabela's. It's an outdoor outfitter, kind of like Bass Pro or Gander Mountain. And I was part of one of two people that kept the Cabela's.com up and running. It was a very simple design, just 3-tier Apache, Java apps, MySQL. I don't know why I said MySQL, it's actually Oracle. I made these slides today, running in a data center in Boston. It was Solaris on the web service, all of this is important. And we, of course, lived out in the middle of absolutely nowhere in Nebraska, in the Panhandle, 8 hours from anywhere. And it was awful, but that was our corporate headquarters, and that's where we kept logs. That also becomes important later. So we love security, and our web servers were all hot to the internet. So it was just, you know, we had a basic firewall router out in front, and then there was a web service. That was it, no caching layer, nothing in between. So we were told that we needed to implement host-based firewall. So in Linux, that's IP tables. On Solaris, it's IPF, I think. I'm not a Solaris guy, that also becomes important. And it turns out this simple website actually had a lot of moving parts, and the web service didn't talk just to the application servers, and you know, the application servers didn't talk just to the web and database, and because it had been built up over years, and I was going to say something nasty about developers, but I love developers. So I was using a lot of caution, because this is a big change for our production web server. So we spent 3 days doing TCP dumps, seeing all the traffic going in and out of these web servers is where I was going to start, to build up the rule of the firewall rules that we were going to do. And even then when I came up with a list of everything to do, I didn't block everything by default, because I'm not an idiot, right? I went through all the rules, and if it didn't match one of the rules, just send out a little log saying, hey, and then we're going to let it run for a while, and then see everything that didn't match the rules, and add whatever teeny little things needed to be added. And I was only going to do one server, one little tiny server. And really, you know, what harm could that cause? Now, the day that I turned out in the morning, that day we had a go-no-go meeting. You guys are probably familiar with this. We had a bi-weekly code drop, and that day, you know, we have a big meeting with all the developers, all the system administrators. Everybody sits down and says, okay, this code is either ready to ship it with the squirrel or nothing. You know, go back, try again, developers. You got another 2 weeks to get your shit together. And the meeting didn't go well because their code was performing very oddly in the UAT servers, and nobody knew why, and we were making fun of developers again, because I'm a system administrator and that's what we do. And and I was leaving on vacation that day, so I even got out an hour or two early because, you know, I had to get on the road, and yeah, those silly developers with their non-working code in the UAT that's in the same data center as our prod machines. Did I mention I didn't really know Solaris really well, and IPF was scary and confusing? Anyway, so I'm on the road, on vacation with my family, and I get the phone call. And the phone call started with, so about that firewall you set up. It's an interesting story about that. And have you ever seen network pipe 100% utilized before? Because we have. Did you know our call centers route their VoIP traffic through corporate headquarters? Phones aren't ringing. Did you know that our cash registers every store across the nation hit the ES400? Corporate headquarters? So you know how you go with the let's go like chunk to check out and writing stuff down on paper? They were doing that. All 40 stores across the U.S. And the fallout was I should consider not doing that ever again. And actually the network team was thoroughly chewed out. They got ripped up one second, because how could I possibly have done that to their networks without them knowing about it? And giving alerts. And finally I got a new nickname. And that was the day that I destroyed everything.